Shalom, first and foremost, all praise and glory is unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rachach Wadash, double honor to our apostles, the bishops, the elders of the great millstone, and greetings, salutations, blessings, much love unto you, elect, shalom unto you. Brush required with a video. Just want to go into a quick topic, and these videos sometimes have copyright disclaimers. It's usually the big time, you know, videos, but still, I'd rather put it than not. So fair use, fair use, fair use. Copyright disclaimer, this is not for monetary value or gain. It's just for educational purposes only. And I'll play the video, and it's basically going into, well, I'll show you, and then I'll explain. Bear with me. All right. Mm-hmm. All right. Look at that one. All right. We'll let you out. Okay. Some people call them panic rooms. All right. Look at that. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. That's that video. All right. And this is about D.U.M.s, or deep underground military bases. Okay. Now I just showed you, the hidden rooms and panic rooms because, when you go into the movie, the original Purge movie, they had a panic room in the house. Even though the house was secure, they still had like a panic room, and that's where they were hiding out. And this is something that you're starting to see in these movies, and then you're hearing about it even in reality. Okay, a lot of the elite and wealthy are getting these D.U.M.s, these deep underground military base, and they're making them real luxurious, so because they plan to be down there for a while. For what? Okay, for the everyday average Joe. For what? Okay, and as I'm thinking about it, before I forget later in the video, what are some movies? Because I'm in the movies. What are some movies that showcase, um, hidden underground bases and military rooms? The one that came out just recently, a couple years ago now, by the Obamas. Um, shoot, I almost lost it. Um, oh my gosh, I just drew blank. Okay, the movie is Leave the World Behind. Okay, they had one in there. In the movie Terminator 3, Rise of the Machine, they had one. It was a military one that they had where it was built inside of a mountain. And also the movie The Purge. That was one that had it. I'm trying to think. And another one, Take Shelter. That was that. You watched that movie. Very good movie. I may do a review or something, spiritual review. I've done them before on it might have been the other channel, my old channel, but yeah, I don't even know if it's up. I don't think they allow that to stay up. But the movie Take Shelter with Michael Shannon, very good movie, man. Okay, and not to get into that movie, but he was having prophetic dreams, and something told him he better go build a base. So maybe I'll try to get into a couple of those movies in recent times when the Spirit is on me. But yeah, as far as this goes, this is a reality. And here's a question that was asked: are there deep underground military bases? And the first thing they do is show you footage, video, 4 deep underground and secret U.S. military bases. Okay, and it's an underground base is a subterranean facility used for military or scientific purposes. Example: Cheyenne Mountain Complex, Cash, Cassian, I don't know how to say that. Chiashin, I don't know. Air Force Base, right? And then they have those examples up here. Raven Rock Mountain Complex in Pennsylvania, also known as Site R. This complex is located near Blue Ridge Summit, Pennsylvania. It has emergency operations centers for the U.S. military and was part of the U.S. Continuity, of government plan during the Cold War. Okay, Cheyenne Mountain Complex, and we already know they got those roads that go underground from different parts of the country, where they go on a certain tunnel, and then they end up way off in 4 states, further on the other side of the tunnel. Okay, moving stuff back and forth. That's still in effect. Okay, Cheyenne Mountain Complex. This defense bunker is located in El Paso County, Colorado. Next to Colorado Springs, it is a U.S. Space Force installation. Okay, Mount Weather Emergency Operations Center. This facility is located in Virginia and was part of the U.S. continuity of government plan during the Cold War. And see, this is what this is really about. Okay, during the Cold War, what was the Cold War about? Well, the Cold War was said to be a nuclear war. That's what a nuclear arms race was. Okay, because they knew that they had nukes, and now these nukes today are far more powerful than the nukes back in the 60s. Okay, and they have other examples, but I'm going to read this one. The Pentagon has an extensive underground bunker network. There are underground command centers under the east wing of the White House and under the Pentagon. Okay, get some more. Okay, this is Vivos X-Point bunkers are located in South Dakota. They are currently being converted to accommodate about 5,000 people. There are 575 bunkers in the works, and each bunker once served as a U.S. Army munitions depot. The interiors of each bunker are outfitted by the owners at a cost of between $25,000 and $200,000 each. Okay, that's a bunch of that stuff. That's showing it. Super rich, secret doomsday bunkers. Okay, while the rest of us die. Not all of us. The images, because they have all kinds of stuff in these, man. Like they have theaters and bowling alleys and gyms and just set up, excellent, man. And this is what you see. Another one that you may not have caught was in The Matrix, particularly Part 2 and Part 3. I think Part 3 had it, where they went to Zion. Zion was an underground base, the last city by the humans, okay? And even in the movie, the show Black Mirror, 15 Million Merits, I think it's called. Okay, that's where they lived. They lived in an underground bunker, and they had to ride the bike to keep the lights on in the place. Okay, like on a hamster wheel type deal. Okay, and so this is what you get in these times, man. This is what's coming around. All right, and they're outfitting them and they're setting them up nice, and even when you get into the movie Ex Machina, when the guy built the robot, it was set off like a military base. You had to secluded, had to go way off into the mountains and go through the jungle and across rivers and shit to get to it. Okay, good movie, good watch. All of these are. All right, this is one that you want to see. Okay, because this is what it looks like right here. All right, all that living space. Looks like that on top. Looks like almost nothing, but underneath though, they got all these living quarters and it's huge under there. gyms and basketball courts and all kind of stuff. And look, they're even advertising. You can go inside the Doomsday Bunker on YouTube. Okay, just showing you what's really going on and all of this. And look, they got that over there and that one right there, and then over there, this actually looks damn near like the underground living room on Leave the World Behind. At the bottom with those red chairs, right? Just watching Friends and shit, right? But this is what it be looking like, okay? Car and a jet up in there and like all of this. Okay, and none of us are the wiser. We walk over this, walk through it, and walk by it, have no clue. All right? So, and here's this video.
We're pissing off a lot of countries right now. Do you understand now why the 1% have bunkers?
Okay. Beautiful video. Beautiful video, straight to the point. Why the super rich have bunkers. All right. All right. So just got a few precepts. Make this too long. Revelation chapter 6. I'm gonna start up at verse 14 because it makes a lot of sense of why you would have this. Like I was mentioning, the Cold War was set to be a nuclear war. Okay, but it was on postponed. But now it's back hot again. It's not cold. Okay. And why? Because somebody pressed the button with all the missiles and all of that going on. You know, they're gonna try to escape the judgment. So this is Revelation 6, verse, I'm starting at 14. And the heaven departed as a scroll when it is rolled together. And that's the mushroom cloud. And every mountain and island were moved out of their places because of the destruction to be able to knock out mountains. Okay. 15. And the kings of the earth, the elite, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains. Matter of fact, before I go further, let me see this. All right. Mark Zuckerberg built one himself. Just to put that rich and elite into perspective, he built himself one. Okay, and this is just a trend that you're seeing with the rich and the elite, as the scriptures speaking of. And look, this one is excellent, man. Look at this. Okay, because they have all those stairs, and you'll be like, who wants to take all the stairs? You'll be glad to take the stairs to come down to a nice house like this. It just looks like something, just a random park bathroom or something, but really it's a deep base under there, and it's a big living. And that's a lot of space in between. They're thinking they're going to be able to escape that. Okay? Okay? It's Revelation 6 and 15. And the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondman, and every free man, hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains, in these deep underground bases. Okay? And said to the mountains and rocks, fall on us, and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb, from the Most High and his only begotten Son. Because as these nuclear missiles are hitting, so will the chariots be present, and they will be around zapping and shooting lasers and so on and so forth. Okay? And that's how Yahushai's garment from Isaiah the 63rd chapter is going to be garments rolled in blood. Now, not literally, but that's the killing from the lasers and all of that. So they're going to be like, oh no, we don't want to deal with this guy. Let's hide. We didn't already send our militaries at him. Nothing happened. We're under here. We're just going to wait till all this overpass. That's what they're going to try to do. Okay? Isaiah chapter 2 and 10, it says, enter into the rock and hide thee in the dust for the fear of the Lord and for the glory of his majesty. And the glory of his majesty, he comes with that power, man. Them chariots, man, it's going to be scary. And he's coming with that all power. Okay? And it describes that in, I believe it's Second Esdras, the 13th chapter. All right, I'll jump down to verse 19 in Isaiah 2. It says, and they shall go into the holes of the rocks, and into the caves of the earth for fear of the Lord, and for the glory of his majesty, and he shall arise to shake terribly the earth. Okay. 21, and to go into the clefts of the rocks, and into the tops of the jagged rocks, for fear of the Lord, and for the glory of his majesty, when he ariseth to shake terribly the earth. There's one I didn't. I'm sure there's one that I'm missing. I'm gonna read another one, but I'm sure there's one that I'm missing. I just can't place where it's at. But yeah, okay. And this is what they're gonna do. They're gonna try to hide themselves. They're gonna try to, let the destruction overpass. Then they're gonna try to escape the judgment, and then they're just gonna come up like, okay, now we're ready to restart civilization. No, you're gonna come up here. Well, we're gonna pull you out of those. We're gonna pull you out of the holes in the ground. Okay, and then you're gonna get judged. Okay, so Jeremiah 16, and even when you read up, this is always a synonymous time. It talks about the deliverance and the destruction. Those go hand in hand. Okay, the deliverance and the destruction. And this is the same time that they're going to try to hide themselves so they can get deliverance. But they're not going to be delivered. Okay? They're gonna miss that, and then they're going to come right up out into captivity. All right, so I'm not going to read that. I'm talking about it's going to be greater deliverance than ancient Egypt. The way the Israelites leave, the elect of Israel particularly leaves the planet. We're not just gonna leave the captivity, walking out with miracles. We're gonna get beamed up into the chariots as the lake of fire is being created by the nuclear missiles, the ICBM missiles. Okay, and it's gonna be a glorious thing. Then we're gonna come down with glorious bodies and pull you out of these holes, man, in the rocks, out of these bunkers. Right, says Jeremiah 16:16, behold, I will send for many fishers. Right now we're fishing. We're fishing for the elect, saith the Lord, and they shall fish them. And after will I send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill and out of the holes of the rocks. Okay, we're going to hunt the people, man. Okay, when we come back with the glorified bodies as the elect, we're going to hunt the people. Okay, you're not coming back and being like, okay, I got my guns and I've got this and that, and I'm going to just come back and rule. No, that ain't what's happening. You're gonna come up out of these D.U.M.s, and then you're gonna be met with the Israelites, man. We're gonna be right there with all power, and none of your weapons are gonna be able to touch us. You're gonna be like, man, you might as well take that knife and just make a tool out of that, because this ain't gonna work. You forget about that. We're above the earthly realm. Okay, though we still can be in the earthly realm. All right, so I just want to bring that. I just want to bring that out. I didn't want to make it too long, But this man has a lot of pride, still trying to escape. He's still trying to escape his judgment, but he can't escape his judgment. All right, he's got to deal with it, man. And we're right here, watching it, calling the play through prophecy. And watching, like, okay, this is what he think he about to do. Well, he's got food and gold and all types of amenities up under there. You think he's just going to ride it out and enjoy himself and come up in a few years when the radiation and all that's gone? Nah, man, you got another thing coming. So, Lord willing is edifying, giving all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bashim Yahshai, Bashim Chakodash. They belong to our apostles, the bishops, the elders of the great millstone, and greetings. Salutation, blessings, much love unto you, elect. Shalom.